Hello everyone, in this video I'll be discussing solving quadratic equation by completing the square. If you are familiar with perfect square trinomial and their factors, you will find this easy. Let's have an example. Solve the quadratic equation x squared plus 6x plus 8 is equal to 0 by completing the square. The given is x squared plus 6x plus 8 is equal to 0. First thing that we need to ensure is that the coefficient of x squared should be 1 or it is not written. In this given, the coefficient of x squared is not written. Therefore, that is understood to be 1. Next is, we need to isolate the constant term on the right side of our equation. To do that, let us subtract 8 to both sides. Subtracting 8 and 8 on the left side of our equation, that makes 0. The result is x squared plus 6x is equal to 0 minus 8 is negative 8. And then we will focus on the left side of our equation, which is x squared plus 6x. This is what we are going to complete the square. So what shall be added to x squared plus 6x to make it a perfect square trinomial? To compute for that, we will divide the coefficient of the x term by 2 and then square it. 6 over 2 is 3. Squaring 3, the answer is 9. And so we must add 9 to both sides on our equation. And then we will express the left side as a square of a binomial. This x squared plus 6x plus 9 is also the same as the square of x plus 3 is equal to negative 8 plus 9, that's equivalent to 1. Now to remove the square, we extract the roots to both sides. Upon doing that, the result is x plus 3 is equal to the square root of 1, which is positive or negative 1. Now to finally solve for the values of x, we need to isolate the variable x on the left side. So we need to subtract 3 to both sides. Subtracting 3 and 3, that makes 0. X now is equal to positive or negative 1 minus 3. One of the values of x is, when 1 is positive, we have 1 minus 3. When 1 is negative, negative 1 minus 3. 1 minus 3 here, x is negative 2. Negative 1 minus 3 for the second value of x is negative 4. So the values of x in x squared plus 6x plus 8 is equal to 0 are negative 2 and negative 4. Let's have another example. Solve the quadratic equation 2y squared minus 5y minus 3 is equal to 0 by completing the square. The given is 2y squared minus 5y minus 3 is equal to 0. First step is, we need to ensure that the coefficient of y squared in this case should be 1 or it is not written. On our given, the coefficient of y squared is 2. To make it 1, we shall divide 2 to both sides. Upon dividing, the result is 2y squared over 2, that is y squared, minus 5 over 2y, minus 3 over 2 is equal to 0 over 2 is still 0. Now the coefficient of y squared is 1. Next is, isolate on the right side the constant term. The constant term on our equation is negative 3 over 2. To put it on the right side, we must add 3 over 2 to both sides. Now these two make 0. On the left side, we still have y squared minus 5y over 2 is equal to the sum of 0 and 3 over 2, of course, is 3 over 2. And now let's focus on the left side of our equation, which is y squared minus 5y over 2. What shall be added in this expression to make it a perfect square trinomial? To compute for that, let us divide the coefficient of y by 2. Dividing 5 over 2 by 2, the result is 5 over 4. Squaring it, we have 25 over 16. And so we must add 25 over 16 to both sides. Now the left side is a perfect square trinomial. We can express this as the square of y minus 5 over 4. To add these two fractions, we must convert 3 over 2 in such a way that the denominator is also 16. And that is by multiplying the fraction by 8 over 8. The result is 24 over 16. adding 24 over 16 and 25 over 16, that makes 49 over 16. Now we're ready to extract the roots to both sides. Doing so, the square root of the square of y minus 5 over 4, that is equivalent to y minus 5 over 4, while the square root of 49 over 16 is positive or negative 7 over 4. To finally solve for the values of y, let's isolate the variable y on the left side of the equation by removing this negative 5 over 4. Let's add 5 over 4 to both sides. This negative 5 over 4 and positive 5 over 4 on the left side make 0. What remains is y on the left side, which is positive or negative 7 over 4 plus 5 over 4. And since addition is commutative, we can write first 5 over 4 before this positive or negative 7 over 4. The two values of y are y is equal to 5 over 4. When 7 over 4 is positive, we have 5 over 4 plus 7 over 4. That is equivalent to 12 over 4, which is also the same as 3. While when 7 over 4 is negative, 5 over 4 minus 7 over 4, that makes negative 2 over 4, which is the same as negative 1/2. And so the values of y in 2y squared minus 5y minus 3 is equal to 0 are 3 and negative 1/2. That's how we solve quadratic equations by completing the square. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, click on the thumbs up below. You may also watch our video lesson regarding factoring perfect square trinomial for review. And I would really appreciate if you will subscribe to my channel.